Hey folks, how you doing? It's Duds here. I just finished uploading a video. I'm doing a new series. In fact, I'm streaming this for the first time through OBS on Linux. And I've got a new Linux Gaming on Linux series here. And, it's something I'm kind of investigating. Well, one of the first games I decided to do was Borderlands the pre-sequel, because it was available. It's on Steam, and I'm running on Linux Mint, and kind of looking at things and seeing how it plays. The difference between a DirectX game version as opposed to OpenGL 3. And so just kind of that kind of thing. Well, and I kind of knew it was going to happen. I just got 2 copyright hits on this, not strikes, but hits. The ones, the minor copyright hits, the ones that companies like Sony Music Entertainment and Universal Media Group, they use to basically steal from creators. And I got 2 hits for 2 Vine songs. I didn't even know who the band was, because there's in-game music at the start, and I couldn't even get out of it when I was starting. So I'll leave it in. Let's get the full experience. Let's see what the cutscenes look like. Let's see what the music, or not the music, the sounds are like. What the play is like. This is a full experience. I want to give the viewer, the experience you get if you play a game on Linux as opposed to playing the same game on Windows. I know other people have done it now, but I've never done it, and this is something I kind of wanted to check out. It seemed like an interesting path to take. Well, the video wasn't even done processing, and I had 2 copyright hits on it. And here's the thing. I'm not against artists getting compensated for their work, but the fact is they already got compensated for their work when they gave the song to the game developer. That's one thing. Second thing is, the way it's being presented here, it's not in the best quality, it's not the best presentation, and nobody knows who these artists are. It's incidental music. Why the hell do they think that they have a right? Does anybody have a right to something just because it shows up in a game video that has the completely different context? See, now, my biggest problem with the YouTube Content ID system and the copyright system, and look, I've been dealing with this on this channel almost 5 years, but like I said, I've been on YouTube since 2011, and I've dealt with it then too. My biggest problem is that there's no middle ground here, okay? I got demonetized. In fact, last year I did a whole series. I did, a video for 30 days, one video every 30 days between like January 20th and February 20th when I got demonetized, because I don't have any views. I don't have 1,000 subs. I'm lucky if I get 20 views on a video. But I keep doing it, I keep plugging, and I keep trying. I keep trying to update the content, make better content, big stuff that might be interesting to people, But YouTube decided that that wasn't good enough because, well, they couldn't extract enough money. But now, it seems like every other video I put up, and I had the same problem with a lot of these. In fact, the Star Wars video you're watching that, it's got a copyright hit on it like that too, that's currently in dispute. Because there was portions of John Williams' Star Wars theme. Again, it's about the game, not about a performance of the music. But they're going to come after me, who has no monetization, who has no real following, and I'm not going to get any real following from YouTube sources, because YouTube's algorithm, and I don't care what you say, YouTube's algorithm actively works against smaller creators because they can't make money on it. Let's face it, YouTube is a money-making operation, and if you're not somebody that's putting up content that everybody wants to see, I get it, but it's in some cases, there's a gray area there. But if you're not somebody who's real popular, you're not going to get popular. People aren't going to see you. This isn't about the free expression of different ideas and doing things like that anymore. I've got 4 channels, people, and the best channel I have is my car channel, which has just a little over 200 subs. And that one's been up for 3 years. Okay? I appreciate my subs, don't get me wrong. But I do everything I can do, and YouTube still actively works against me. In fact, if you try to search any of my channels by name, you're not gonna find me. Like Duds Fried. Put Duds Fried in the YouTube search. The YouTube search, not the Google search, the YouTube search. You're not gonna find me in the first 20 pages. How many people on YouTube are named Duds Fried? Excuse me, if anything proves that the YouTube search algorithm is biased against small creators, that's it. That said, I am tired of, and we're not even talking about the artists. I have no problem with the artists making money. And like I said, they've already made their money, especially in something like this where I'm playing a freaking video game. Okay, I have no problem with that. Who's coming after is the corporate masters, the corporate shills, the corporate attorneys who work in concert. YouTube bends over backwards for them because they're so afraid of losing their safe harbor position. You know, that they're going to sit there and make your life hell, and it says let you be stolen from. I don't even get monetization, but here's my choice. I have the choice of either taking the video down, accepting them putting ads on my video, basically making money off my work, what I did, for maybe 30 seconds of of an artist that they represent. The artist doesn't get the money. The lawyers get the money. I'm not doing any damage to the artist. I'm not doing any damage to anybody. In fact, most of the stuff I play is older. If anything, I'm bringing them back to the fore. Who the hell knew who the Vines were before they got a copyright strike on their video for some in-game music? And you know, Gearbox games, they're the worst. It's the worst offenders. It's always coming up this way. This is not the first time I've had trouble with music showing up in a Borderlands game. And even when I was monetized, I literally took videos down. Because it's not a matter of meeting me halfway, of saying, okay, you benefit from my work, and then, okay, in some small way, apparently, I've benefited from yours. You know, it would be real easy to just cut that shit out. Cut the music out, cut whatever. I could just edit it right out, take it right out. But I never know. It could be incidental music, it could be a full song, you don't know. There's no middle ground. We need a middle ground. Say, okay, you say that you want to monetize that snippet of my video that I took the time to make, that I took the time to edit, that I took the time to go over and polish and make it the best, most entertaining thing I can possibly do with that content. You want to take a piece of that, meet me halfway. Revenue share. Don't just steal. Steal. You are literally allowing corporate theft. And this is another example of corporate welfare supported by YouTube and the lousy YouTube CEO who's basically cut the rug out of a lot of up-and-coming YouTubers and gives virtually no support. It's obvious what YouTube is after. But that they condone this kind of action, and that there is no middle ground to say, okay, let's share revenue. If you think that I'm going to be a good revenue source because of the 30 seconds of a 45-minute video for you, if you think I'm going to be a good revenue source, then share it. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to get nothing, guys, because I'm going to pull the damn video down. Then you get nothing. I'm not going to allow people to steal from me. I have nothing. I am nothing on YouTube. I just put stuff up here for people's enjoyment. I can't even monetize a video anymore, thanks to the corporate masters and the bonehead CEO that YouTube has now. I have no recourse. I'm a little guy literally getting stepped on, and I'm not alone, and I'm sick of it. But you know, I can sit here and I can complain and moan and all that other stuff, but here's the one thing I'm going to tell you, okay? If you keep doing this to people, if you keep going and leveling unfair judgments like this with no recourse and giving virtually no recourse to the creators, you're not going to have creators anymore. Let me tell you something I've noticed here on YouTube. A lot of people on YouTube do stuff that they get a lot of views, they get a lot of subs, they get a lot of stuff. And you know what? They're using blatantly copyrighted, stolen material. Those videos are ad driven, and I don't know whose ads they are. If they're stealing the material, I've seen a lot of stuff from TV shows, from videos, from stuff like that. Okay? That is a blatant violation. Okay? We're not talking 30 seconds of in-game music. We're talking whole episodes of shows. Okay? Should be blatant copyright strikes, not just, oh, we found 30 seconds of music. And these stations, these channels continue on and on and on, and YouTube does nothing about them. And they'll have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And you know why YouTube does nothing about them? Because YouTube's making scratch off them. I don't have the chance for YouTube to make any scratch off me. But I see this blatant violation, and then they come after me on nothing. Who on YouTube, as this continues, will continue to be a nothing. I am tired of the theft. I am tired of the corporate welfare that YouTube engenders and supports. I am tired of it. I'm tired of the double standard. You've got all these people with Patreon accounts now trying to make money because of BS like this. I really wish there was an alternate source. I only stay on YouTube for as many times as I've been kicked in the head by YouTube, for as many times as I have had injustice upon, and I'm no social justice warrior, far from it. But when something's wrong, it's wrong. And I'll tell you, the only reason I put this stuff up there is to maybe help other people out, maybe show them something, maybe have an archive. Because who knows, 10 years from now, if my channels are still around and that, somebody may want to know what a game was like, or someone may want to know what people were thinking, that kind of stuff. That's why I do it, folks. I do it to share, I do it to create, I do it to you know, basically give to the community. It's a community effort. And the actions that YouTube takes now are against the community. And that's a problem. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what we're going to do. But I do know that the only way I can fight back is to use the mechanisms YouTube gives me, and successful or not, it's all I can do. But I can tell you, if this keeps up, somebody somewhere will come up with something that is not such an unfair and unbalanced play field. That's all I got to say, folks. I'll be on later on with a live stream that doesn't involve me talking at you. Take care. Duds out.